Take one hostile desert, insert 8 young adventurers, and bake in 40-degree heat for 3 weeks. It's a recipe for tension, trauma, and triumph. Every night the team get the chance to let off steam in a video diary, giving us the chance to find out what's really going down in the desert. A week into the expedition, the 8 serious desert adventurers were well into their gruelling building project, working in the tropical heat. They had just 3 days to make an enclosure for their camels, so they wouldn't have to be tied up or hobbled to stop them wandering off. Things were progressing slowly and, as they told their video diaries, some of the group were getting increasingly frustrated by Chris's lack of effort around the camp.
Amy worked really hard, Promise worked really hard, Ellie worked really hard, Holly worked really hard, I worked quite hard, really hard, just trying to get everything just really nice and comfortable for us, like hanging up things, making signs for the toilets and stuff like that. And Chris just wandered around doing nothing, and like I went up to him one point and I was asking him what he was doing, not in a horrible way, like you know, what are you doing? And he just went, oh, I'm just kicking this tree. Which I thought was a bit stupid because we were like working in the hot sun trying to get stuff ready. And he was just wandering around kicking the trees.
Took about 20 minutes to get his camel back. Then he had to get his malaria tablets. Then he had to get his hat. He lost his hat, so he had to get a new one. And he's just been farting about non-stop. And it's starting to do me nattering a bit.
So there were 6 of us setting up this whole camp on our own, no Emma, nothing. It was such a big job. And what did Chris do? But he picked the bark off some firewood, which doesn't need its bark taken off. He pulled his bag in from the sun, and that was it. In the whole time that we sorted stores, made things, found slot pits, built toilets, you name it.
For the past week, Chris had found it hard to bond with the group and started to spend time alone. He withdrew from the team and neglected his chores, which only made the problems worse. As Chris confessed in his video diary, he was getting increasingly fed up.
I don't really think I'll fit in with the team at all. I don't know why I'm here, don't know where it's fit. Everything I do just gets cut off, and people cut off my conversations. No one really listens to me that much. People ever get me if I do anything. Promise went through my bag, just without asking me, just went up to my bag and just searched through my stuff because she'd lost one of her things. So I'm putting away with everyone really.
Martin and Perry felt the situation with Chris was getting worse and came up with a plan to include him in the team.
During the day we're going to try and make him feel like he's not too excluded from the group and try and make him feel that he is like a vital part of the team to get the enclosure done.
And as the day went on, making Chris feel more part of the group really paid off and he started to come out of his shell.
I think I've came out of my downer and it's time to start working back up again. I've done a lot more work this afternoon. So I did kind of pull out a lot of work. While I wasn't feeling too good.
I think he must have felt left out. That was like 7 of us and only one of him. And like he was being lazy and being argumentative. So I just kept at his way, but he seemed alright this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm glad I came out of it now. And I'm really starting to help with the corral.
He has really like cheered up and he's getting involved. So hopefully, you know, that'll all be fine.
Although Chris was now working hard, the enclosure was still going slowly, and the team started to feel the stresses and strains of working in temperatures around 40 degrees Celsius.
I'm unbalanced, this one's heavier. Everything's sort of getting on top really, because the work's getting quite hard. I thought this bit I thought this part was going to be easier than before, but it's not, because I actually thought that building, I mean, not that it was going to be easy, but it was going to be easier than the desert training. But it's not.
You can see my hands. Don't know if you can, but that's just a taste. They've got cuts on every single hand. Every single hand, all my fingers, and my hand's gone all kind of crusty with cement. It's like a kind of dry feeling when you touch cardboard or you run your fingers down a board. Yeah, it's like that. It's really annoying. It's really disgusting. I've got all of man's hands off, building the rest of the camel's enclosure, which stained me head in there.
The thing is, everyone's got little cuts and grazes and stuff like that, and everyone's hands are like really wrinkly and sore, so it makes it a lot harder for us to do anything.
While most of the team was sweating it out in the sun, Promise was given an amazing opportunity to help in a research project away from camp. With elephant expert Keith Leggett, she went in search of the rare desert elephant. What she found was quite incredible.
It was just like they performed for us. They were in the middle eating, then they walked down the riverbed, they went to the little pool stream thingy, and they swam, and the bull actually rolled over, and Keith said he's never seen that before, and he's been working with elephants for 7 years. So I guess I brought the good luck. What can I say? My name is Promise.
Promise's experience of Africa was a real highlight, but the next surprise in store for the group wasn't so warmly received.
Are you up for having a traditional meal?
Oh, no.
A goat bred to eat by the local village had been supplied to the group. It was killed and prepared in the traditional way.
Emma brought in a goat, and then at that point I think everyone knew they were going to kill the goat.
What they done is they brought it down and said if anyone don't want to watch it, they don't have to.
We actually saw the goat being killed, like he had its throat sliced off. I wasn't
there for that because I couldn't do it. I was really upset. I was actually crying.
I couldn't watch it. They just cut his throat, and I just thought that was not very nice, because they'd showed it to us before, and I understand that it was this the local people's way of doing it here, but it's just, I just found it not very nice, and it was quite horrible.
It's how people in Africa do it. It's like we have meat as well. Well, a lot of us have meat, and we just think of it as being tasty. We just buy it at the supermarket and then eat it for on Sunday roast, but we don't think of it being killed.
But once the goat had been cooked, attitudes towards it suddenly changed.
Yeah, give her a hobbit. It's a bit warm, so. Oh, stay in here, stay in here.
It's hot now.
It's hot.
I've just eaten a bit of goat, which we saw being killed sort of over there, which really confused me for a while, because I was like, oh, never eating meat again, I'm vegetarian, whatever. But to be honest, it just tastes too nice.
But I still can't even associate, the live goat that we had in camp with the dead thing on the spit back there that everyone's chomping into.
It was a good change from what we usually get. Noodles, and yes, noodles. So it was a good meal, and I enjoyed it.
During the building project, the team went off in groups to practice the tracking skills they would later use in their main expedition, searching for desert rhino. For Chris and Holly, the experience was particularly special as they came across their first wild black rhino. It was an amazing sight, if a little nerve-wracking.
If anything happens, you just go to the ground just here.
Once you get out of the vehicle, it's a totally different atmosphere, because you're stepping out into their world and your escape route is being left behind. So Bruce started whispering, he goes, "It's just to our right." And it's like, whoa, so it's getting close. And then we were behind a bush and we just heard a panting noise going, and it's just stood there under the tree, and we were stood right out in the open, and it looks around and it can hear you but it can't see you, and it looks around and it looks like it's looking right at you. Like it knew we were there. It knew something was there. And I think if we shouted or made a noise, it would have came charging right at us. But yeah, it didn't. It was quite alert, but it stayed still under its tree, and it was an amazing experience.
With only 2 days left to finish the enclosure, the team was starting to fall a long way behind, and as the temperatures rose, so did the frustration.
I'm fed up, bored. I know like a million people would want to be in my place right now, like loads and loads of people. But when they got here, they'd find out that they wouldn't want to be here.
We are having trouble with the camel enclosure, if that's what you can call it at the moment, because at the moment it looks like a pile of higgledy-piggledy bricks, so tired I can't even speak, and a couple of pieces of wood sticking out of the ground. We're kind of getting on with it a bit more now. Everyone is still really sort of down because we just can't get anything done in time.
To make matters worse, when Amy returned from her tracking day, she was quite critical of the group's efforts.
If you add up the time that each of us messes around, it's a full day, for goodness sake. It's like, go to pick up a brick, and tie my shoelace, and do this, and do that, and then pick up the brick. And it's like, it really doesn't take that long, honestly.
Ugh. I'd rather not really talk about it. It's like, I just come back and they've done the camel enclosure, a couple of walls, which is okay, like, but it's just, they're faffing around. They really are. I know we all are as well, but it's getting beyond a joke. Like, we keep saying, yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that, and we just don't.
Amy came back from rhino tracking today, started having a go at us all. So for not doing stuff and faffing around, well, how would she know that we're faffing around if she's not even there? Excuse the sort of the brains used by me here, yeah, but see the logic in that. She's not even here, but she's sort of saying stuff about what we've done.
Perry did some, and David did some, and Chris did some, but then they got blisters, and then they got this, and then they got that.
She gets really stressed over nothing, but she has got the right to stress because that we have to finish the thing. It's now Monday evening. We have to finish the thing by Wednesday morning, which gives us only one full day, which is tomorrow.
It's starting to do everyone's head in. I think everyone's starting to get a bit annoyed with her. Like, it's a bit annoying when she's gone on like, oh, I've done all this, I've worked my bum off today. So I'm knackered. I didn't get this tired sometimes. My hands are sore. Promise's hands are swollen. Dave's knackered. He's got blisters on his hand.
Oh, we've had a terribly hard day, you know, we've laid this, we've laid that. I felt like going, well, what do you think I've been doing for the past 2 days? I've been digging the trench.
She does need to kind of like tone it down a bit because at the end of the day, we're all kids. Well, not literally children. At the end of the day, we're all kids, we have fun, but I know we have to limit the fun we have because we do have to get this done.
Just because I've been away for the day while they've laid 1 or 2 things of bricks, you'd suddenly think I've been slacking all day, and it's not the case. It's just really annoying.
The atmosphere wasn't helped by the fact that after a week in the desert, a wave of homesickness was spreading through the camp.
These are the times I really miss people at home. I don't miss them during the day, and I don't miss being at home at all. I just miss. I miss my friends in the evening. I miss my boyfriend.
I want to go home, actually. Today I was feeling really bad. I just wanted to go home. There was no hope. Not even that much. Think of the children.
You stop and you start to think about home, and you sort of get homesick, like when you're not enjoying it, which I'm not particularly. You get quite homesick and you just think, oh, I'd much rather be at home today.
The team's last day of building was soon upon them. The work was hard, hot and tiring. Morale was low and the group were worried about finishing the enclosure by the following morning.
We're all exhausted, we're all like in pain, in quite a lot of pain, and we're all like, we're not going to finish it. It's so hard and we're not getting anywhere.
Frankly, we're running out of time.
By sunset, the group still found themselves with plenty to do and had to work late into the evening.
It's our final night, which means we'll be up all night tonight, probably way into tomorrow morning, so I don't think I'll get any sleep tonight.
It's stressing me out so much. We've still got the roof to do, still got the walls to do. There's so much to do in so little time, it's not fair.
Everyone's just sort of arguing like quite a lot, and that's really, really annoying.
Alright! Shut up, man!
Because it just makes it so much harder. And it's just,
We've got an all-nighter to get it finished for the opening ceremony tomorrow, and it's just a complete disaster.
We're going to have to get it done anyway. Whether it takes us all night, we're going to have to get it done because it's organised for tomorrow. So it's going to be a long, tiring night, and I think I'm already tired. We've still got so much more to do.
With only 10 hours left to the opening ceremony, the group reluctantly worked on into the night. It was particularly hard for Ellie on her 14th birthday.
Really want to be at home. I don't even know why I'm crying. Because I know that my parents, like, would rather me be here than, like, at home. I just want a hug with my mum, or, like, and they've all tried so hard. Really bad. I shouldn't be crying because well, we had breakfast in bed this morning, which was really sweet. And tried to make a like beach scene for me. And they've all been really sweet. The best present ever could just be like a hug. But just, oh. Just a little homesick, I suppose. And it makes it worse, like opening presents, which you know have been wrapped like earlier that day, well not day, but whatever, and, like getting cards and stuff. I have had a really good day, I suppose. Oh, look at me, I'm snotting everywhere.
The general mood wasn't helped by Dave and Amy. They'd been arguing all day.
Amy, he's nagging.
Dave is just, what is he doing? He, for some odd reason, seems to think that he knows best and he has priority, and, you know, he's foreman for site and he's the one in charge. It's like, you're not, get over it. And just, I borrow a saw, pick up a saw that's sitting on the ground, and oh no, that's his saw, even though it's a communal saw for everyone to use. It's a saw, for goodness sake, who cares? You know what I mean? It's just like, grow up.
Certain people, i.e. Amy, are getting on my nerves. Like today, I had a big fight with Amy, yeah? Okay, there's a wall, right? It's like a wall, and then in the inside you got pull, 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 pull. And you had to fill it up with rocks and sand and stuff, yeah? And there was supposedly some special order, like stones, big stones, small stones, water, sand.
What are you doing? Emma gives you, says 100 things for you to do, you know, in an order, and then you know better and change them all around. It's like, why?
I just did sand, water, big stone, yeah, just shoved it in. And it was rock solid. You swear, you couldn't move it. It was just good. Perfectly fine. And then Amy kept saying, oh, it's wobbly, it's wobbly, it's wobbly, it's wobbly, it's wobbly. And I went, no, it's not. No, it's not. And I said, well, does that look wobbly to you? And I wobbled it. And she went, yeah. So I went round all the other stones. I went and got angry, yeah. Went round all the other things, wobbled them, yeah. And they wobbled like twice as much as my one.
It's so patronising. It really is. It's just, I don't need to be patronised at all. especially by David. That's not what I'm here for at all.
Mine was just like so much better, and she obviously knew she had lost that argument, but she couldn't take it. So she's been down my throat the whole day, and she won't shut up.
As the night went on, the team started to go downhill fast. But despite the tantrums...
All I'm asking Chris is to do is draw a little hole for me, and he can't even do that. Oh, I've drawn 5 holes. Wow!
The traumas...
I think we could cement this wall and make it look and feel stronger.
And the tiredness.
I just want to go to bed.
The group, led by Chris, worked right on to the following morning.
We need to get it done. It's better to give him a good job than one that's only half worried about.
And after more than 24 hours of continuous work, they completed a very impressive enclosure. After handing it over to the Namibian charity Save the Rhino Trust, and with the camels comfortably in place, a very tired group reflected on the last few days.
So, okay, yesterday morning, because this is tonight, so yesterday, the day before, in the morning, we got up at 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Last night, didn't get any sleep at all, working on the camel enclosure.
We were working all through the night. We didn't sleep once.
11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think I fell asleep behind the trench at one point, but we just didn't sleep at all.
Because we had to work all night, all day and all night last night.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And there was a point at about 5, I think it was, where we were like, let's pack it in for the night and get a couple of hours sleep, and then we can wake up early and finish like the rest off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And Bruce suddenly was like, nope, we need to cement it down, we need to, all this stuff, and I just started crying because I couldn't take it. I was like, I want to go to bed. Somebody please take me away.
7, 8, 9. It's like 9 o'clock now. So that's 32, something like 37 hours or something. Something stupid like that. And I haven't slept.
Well, I think I've been up for about 38 hours. Because we had to build the enclosure all last night, and that just took the mick. We had to like work.
For Chris, who'd overcome his confidence crisis and persuaded the group to carry on, the opening ceremony was very special.
All I can say to you chaps is thank you so much.
When we showed it to Blythe, I was really proud of it actually, and when we saw the camels go in. They looked quite comfortable there, and it didn't fall down. So it does look quite cool now. I'm glad we finished it properly. I think it's worth the time and effort.
Against the odds, the group have finally finished their building project, but they must now quickly prepare for their main expedition. Once again, they face extreme heat and physical strain as they search for rare desert rhino and begin a 50-mile trek across some of the most hostile terrain on Earth.
I had a blister the size of like a molehill. My knees and my back were really caning me. And it's only, what, the second day of trekking?
I just punched myself in the face. Yep.
That's what